All right, Sam. So glad you could join me. Looking forward to talking with you today. Let's see, we met back at NFT NYC 2022, right?
Yeah, just about a year ago.
So glad you're on. You got an exciting NFT project coming up, launching a marketplace. We connected over our mutual passion to change the world and that NFT and well technology in general, business in general, is about making the world better, not just about profit for profit's sake. And so, hey, introduce yourself and tell us about your project.
Absolutely. So, Sam Whitaker. Hi, everybody, all of Ted's friends. Can we call this a TED Talk? I guess we can call it a TED Talk, right?
I'm talking.
Somebody's used that with you already, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah, thanks for having me on and kind of introducing. So, like you said, we bonded over kind of the possibilities of Web3 for not only just doing great things and doing cool things technologically and making some money, but also the potential for doing some social good as well. I think you and I are both pretty passionate about that, and it was a cool way to bond. So, give you a little bit of kind of background about what I'm doing. My company, Fabriq Labs, with that's a Q in case you can't tell. Um, Last semester at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, I guest lectured several times for their first Web3 NFT course. It was a cool experience. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy teaching and connecting with the students, but it was great, and I think they learned a lot. And in the course of the semester, my company was also approved to sponsor a contest for their entire student body, ballpark 7,000 students, to build NFT projects. These are some of the most talented design students really in the world. And for a lot of them, it'll be their first kind of foray into Web3. A lot of them are kind of skeptical about Web3 and kind of what it means for their art. But I'm going to convince them that they can do some good and they can get their artwork out there and kind of without the barriers to entry that exist for in Web 2. So in concert with that, we're doing the contest. The students will be submitting, and right after that, they will be all the students will be invited to launch under the Fabric brand for their first NFT collections. Where the original plan, like you said, was we were going to build out a marketplace and have everything kind of under one roof, but it's kind of changed over the course of the project. We've decided to kind of focus more on the brand and the charity aspect than anything else. And there are plenty of marketplaces out there, more popping up every day. So kind of staying true to what our core competencies are.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's really about, for me anyway, it's about trying to do some good in the world and just make, we hear all the time, especially in the Web3 world, the you know big-haired greedy people that are doing big-haired greedy things, and it kind of casts a bad pall over the industry that we really love and believe in. So let's do some good. So in order to kick off and launch under the Fabric brand, one of the requirements is that they put one of their pieces up for a charitable auction. Straight up, all of the proceeds going via smart contract to charity. They never touch anybody else's accounts. And we've got some amazing charities, some that Ted has introduced me to that are going to be on the first launch. My personal kind of one of my bucket list life goal items is to raise enough money to fund St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for a day. It costs about $2.2 million. So I don't know if we'll get there with this launch, but we'll.
That is so cool. I love that. I remember when you first shared that with me. What a bucket list item for your life.
It's been going for a while. I think it was like $1.7 million a day when I started. So I need to get it done quick because the price keeps going up. Some other amazing charities, two that you introduced me to, Rancho Cielo in California, just some amazing things, teaching some kind of at-risk use, real life skills, building micro homes, things like that. Um, Another
Yeah, yeah,
couple.
both of them have you're teaching some of the most elite, best designers in the world, And two of the charities I connected you with, Rancho Cielo, they're this premier educational facility, but they're teaching at-risk youth, keep them out of the juvenile hall system, and training them in all these different things. Like they do ag tech design, they're building architectural design is a little bit, but they're building micro homes to address the housing crisis in California. That's a really exciting one. The other I introduced you to is doing similar work, Love Never Fails. Their focus is on helping victims of human trafficking, which again are young, primarily young people, girls and boys too. It's heartbreaking what's going on. But a big portion of what they do is to train these, people from a trauma background that are, under resourced, train them in tech skills. So we're also in the process, you don't know this yet, of launching a pilot program to start training them in Web3 tech skills. So it'd be interesting to, we dreamed about getting you involved in that. So let's see what happens there.
Absolutely. I mean, this is in a lot of ways what I'm doing at FIT is a kind of proof of concept of how we're going to navigate our way through education and bringing people on board to what Web3 is and what Web3 can be. That leads in well to another one of the charities is local. I'm based in Philadelphia. It's called Esperanza. It's in a pretty rough neighborhood of North Philadelphia, and they've been open since 1986. And you would have to go there to really appreciate how incredible a facility is. They predominantly serve the Hispanic community in North Philadelphia, but really people who need them across the board. And you walk into this place, it's like a really nice college campus in the middle of their phrases that they in the middle of the hood. That's what they say, and it's like an oasis for a lot of these kids, and it's pretty incredible. I was really inspired visiting them, and in this summer, the goal is to try to bring some of these Web3 educational initiatives to their students as well, and show them.
Really? That's super cool.
And again, use it as a proof of concept to try to hopefully roll it out to other youth groups across the country. It's one of the great things about Web3 is that you don't have the barriers to entry. You don't need a design house. You don't need an agent. You don't need. You don't even need physical materials. You need some imagination, some talent, and a whole lot of hustle, and you can get your stuff out there, and you can be successful with it. So yeah, we're planning to launch there and introduce some of those kids to Web3 in the summer. Another one of our charities called Gene Spotlight. It's a good friend of mine that started it. It's focusing mainly on what are called orphan diseases. So diseases that affect a small enough number of people that essentially pharmaceutical companies can't make any money by researching cures or researching treatments. So it's up to the nonprofit sector to really do the heavy lifting there. It's a pretty incredible cause. And I'm trying to really run the gamut of, something like a bigger St. Jude to something, a little bit smaller, and some things that are more locally and community focused. And hopefully the students from FIT will help suggest some charities as well that we can get involved. It's, a big part of teaching the students is providing them with skills. I mean, they already have the design chops. They can do the artwork in their sleep, but teaching about what Web3 means, about community building, about how important it is to have those skills in your back pocket as they go out into starting their careers. And it's translatable to any of these causes that we talked about, to youth groups, really across the board. So we're gonna kind of put it into practice is the plan anyway.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. To me, this is the whole purpose of technology, to make humanity, the world better. And I think if we can connect what, not changing our mindset of charity and give the absolute best. And then you end up finding that, you end up receiving more than you give.
And making money is okay. You can do both. In fact, you should do both. And I'm a firm believer that one influences the other and enhances the other. The better,
Absolutely.
the more cause based you are, the more people care about what you're doing, not just your product, but who you are. I mean, Web3, for me, I think Web3 has the opportunity to offer a different decision point when people are making choices about what products they're going to use. I mean, for the most part, the majority of products you choose based on price and functionality. How much does it cost, and does it do what I need it to do? Well, in the Web3 world, we can add another decision point, which is do I identify with the kind of the values of the company that I'm working with? Do they reflect what I believe in? Do I believe in the causes they support? I think Web3 gives us the opportunity to do that. Do it immutably on the distributed ledger, prove 100% that the funds are going where they are or where you say they are, and add that additional decision point. And I think, this is a start. This is teaching some wildly talented students and doing a charity auction and trying to get some eyes on it, and hopefully dispelling some of the preconceived notions about Web3 when people think of the FTXs and the rug pulls and all the crazy stuff that goes on and seems to be the headlines that you see. There's a lot more to it, and we can do a lot of good in the world as a result of it.
Yep. Great. So, where can people find out about this whole thing if they want more?
So they're gonna, if best way is to follow us on Twitter at Fabriq Labs, Fabriq Labs. I'm going to be posting there throughout the contest, which is going to run for about the next month. Um, at FIT, some of the information, some of the artwork the students are going to be putting up. There's going to be information about when and where and how the auction is going to take place. Yeah, that's the best way. Fabriqlabs.io. Check out the website, but most of the up-to-date information is going to be on our Twitter space. That's where Web3 goes to to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Now you're going to be at NFT NYC too, coming up, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm speaking on Thursday, I think. I think Thursday, 3:45, talking about decentralized identity, which doesn't have a whole lot to do with this, but it's a fun topic, so we'll knock it out.
Great, great, great. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for joining. Great catching up with you.
Great catching up with you too, and thanks for having me on and helping kind of spread the word about what hopefully is going to be an opportunity to raise a ton of money for some great causes.
Yep, yep. I want to see you succeed.
I appreciate you, brother.